Why did Selena Gomez unfollow a bunch of her celebrity friends? Why is the hashtag TeamOrca Is Trending? And did Cardi B really cheat on Offset like he claimed? Alright, so over the weekend, fans noticed that Selena Gomez unfollowed a handful of celebrities on Instagram, even ones you wouldn't expect, like Bella and Gigi Hadid, Zayn Malik and Zendaya. So of course people were wondering if something happened. Did she have a falling out with some of her friends, or was it something else? It would be way too easy to jump to conclusions and say that she's feuding with all of these celebrities at once. Thankfully that doesn't seem to be the case. A source close to Selena has now spoken out against the rumors that any kind of drama has unfolded. They said there are absolutely no hard feelings with anyone that she unfollowed. Of course, it is interesting on a basic level that Selena unfollowed these 3 celebrities specifically. As we know, Zayn and Gigi used to be in a relationship together and they share a child as well. And just a few months ago, Selena and Zayn were seen kissing while on a date together, but it didn't really seem like Gigi had an issue with it. We know that it was just a fling because they aren't actually dating at the moment. Earlier in the month, Selena confirmed her relationship status in a hilarious TikTok that showed her shouting at athletes during a soccer game. She yells, "I'm single, I'm just a little high maintenance, but I'll love you so much." Then in the comment section she wrote, "The struggle, man." So yeah, she's definitely single. Over the years, Selena has been very open about her complicated relationship with social media. She says it's healthier for her to limit her time online because she would be constantly crying and have very high levels of anxiety. She talked about reading negative comments and said, "I couldn't do it anymore. It was a waste of my time. The only thing I have on my phone is TikTok because I find it to be less hostile. There are wonderful things about social media, connecting with fans, seeing how happy and excited they are and their stories, but usually that's filtered through for me now." Selena explained that she created a system where everything she does, she sends to her assistant who then posts these photos. As far as her comments, her team puts together a few things that are encouraging and supportive, and that's what she uses. All of this helps her to limit her time on social media and keeps her away from any negativity, which makes a lot of sense considering how crazy the last couple of months must have been. There's no doubt that out of the 2 of them, Hailey Bieber was getting a lot more hate in the comments section, but Selena wasn't exactly free from that either. There were quite a number of fans who at one point sort of switched sides and decided that Selena was the one who was playing victim, and to think that all of this started because of a perceived instance of bullying online. Coming out of that, it makes sense that both women have become wary of social media and the way their words can easily be twisted to reflect a certain narrative. After all, there's nothing pop culture loves more than a celebrity rivalry, especially if it's between 2 women and over a man. At a certain point, this drama had everyone in a chokehold, and sooner or later they felt the urge to pick a side. One reason why it was just so easy to be against Hailey is because of the narrative that she was a mean girl. She was painted as this one-dimensional character who only cares about external validation like boys and status. That's why she even got dragged for taking Justin's last name when they got married. One viral Twitter post said, "It's funny to me how Hailey slapped the Bieber last name on her online presence immediately, while other celebrities stick with their maiden names because they are already established on their own." So they were basically accusing her of using Justin's last name to increase her social status. Selena, on the other hand, was painted as the queen of kindness, someone who values things like female friendship above all else. And this is the kind of narrative that's been going around for more than 5 years, or ever since Justin seemingly dumped Selena to be with Hailey. It didn't help that for the last couple of months, most of the discourse has taken place on TikTok, which is the perfect breeding ground for fan theories. So it's no wonder that things went from 0 to 100 really quick. Right now, both of them do seem to be relatively drama-free. Selena recently returned to the States after spending 2 months in Paris to film the upcoming movie Amelia Perez alongside Zoe Saldana. She posted a photo appreciating the city and wrote, "Thank you Paris for being a home for me for 2 months. I loved every moment. Working on this film has completely changed my life. I can't wait to share more soon." So judging by some of these latest photos, it's pretty clear that she's moved on from all the chaos earlier this year and is just trying to live her best life offline. Now let's talk about why hashtag TeamOrca is trending. Since 2020, orcas off the coast of Spain and Portugal have been ramming boats, biting rudders, and in some cases sinking entire vessels. Dozens of interactions between orcas and boats have been reported, and most of them have taken place off the Iberian coast. The orcas' motivations are not clear, but the behavior seems to be spreading among local pods. One recent interaction was reported as far north as the Shetland Islands, off the coast of Scotland. A shocking video was posted of the incident showing orcas interrupting a boat race in the Atlantic Ocean last week. The video shows them repeatedly rubbing against the ship's rudders. At least 2 boats have been sunk as a result of the attack, and incidents like this have left boats unable to steer their course and in some cases having to be rescued at sea. Desperate boat sailors have been trying all sorts of techniques to keep orcas away from the boats, like throwing sand over the side of the ship, navigating backward, and apparently they've even been hitting the orcas or throwing firecrackers and flares at them. Some have also tried throwing lemons in the water or hitting dishes and kitchen items to make noise, but none of that has been particularly effective. While this situation sounds like a nightmare for those at sea, there is now a growing number of people standing up for the orcas. A TikTok content creator named Birdie Sam is First Nations from the eagle killer whale clan, and they started using the hashtag TeamOrca to show their support for the whales. They said that the animals are actually displaying completely rational behavior because they just want to make their water safe. According to scientists, one orca may have been traumatized by a boat, and in its own agony it attacked a boat in revenge. Then other orcas learned to do the same. So what we're seeing now is a series of orcas attacking boats, and their children are learning to do the same thing, and it's become something of a sea war between orcas and people with boats. So this behavior is clearly something that the orcas are passing on to one another. And to be clear, this doesn't happen to every single ship. Reports state that there have been around 500 incidents since May of 2020, but for every 100 ships, only one of them will be touched by the orcas, and so far only 3 of them have actually been sunk. In some interactions there isn't even any physical contact, but the physical contact with ships that causes serious damage occurs in nearly 20% of interactions. While some people would be shocked to learn about this sudden aggression, it might have actually been a long time coming. For the years of torment against the orcas, it makes sense that some of them are fighting back against the boats, and those in captivity have it even worse. Tragically, a number of whales have died during their time in captivity at parks like SeaWorld. Shamu the orca was essentially the mascot of the parks for years, but since documentaries like Blackfish came out in 2013, the iconic whale has made headlines less and less. The documentary essentially aimed to showcase the sad reality of whales in captivity and truly expose the truth behind their lives inside these tanks. So much of the controversy comes from the fact that the orcas were forcibly bred, and they had several illnesses and many even miscarried. Although the park supposedly supports the killer whale research and conservation program, they continue to be controversial. As of now, SeaWorld hasn't officially got rid of its orcas. The only thing they did get rid of is their breeding program in 2016, which is still an excellent step towards the future of animal rights and protection. This means that the current ones at the park will be the last ones that ever lived there. Of course, they still have shows that demonstrate their orca whales, but these days they aren't so much for entertainment as they are for educational presentations. And now, why is Offset accusing Cardi B of cheating on him? In a since deleted Instagram story, the Migos rapper claimed that his wife and the mother of his 2 children was being unfaithful. Offset specifically accused her of sleeping with one of his friends. In response, Cardi took to Twitter yesterday to address the situation. She broke out in a song and said, "First of all, let me say, you can't accuse me of all the things you know that you are guilty of, and I see that it's easy for you to blame everything on me. Listen, don't pay attention to that country man." She said, "Stop playing," and countered the allegation by stating that Offset was only making these claims because he himself had engaged in sexual relations with another woman. Cardi basically said that he was attempting to shift the blame onto her for the actions that he knew that he was guilty of. She insisted that Offset is spiraling and thinking things that are simply not true. She reminded fans that she is in fact Cardi B, and said that if she was going to have an affair, then the secret would be out, because she's not just anybody. She explained that she's not in a position to hook up with a regular schmegular guy because he would tell the world. On the other hand, she said that she can't sleep with anyone in the industry either because they would tell too. So logically, she would not be able to get away with it if she actually did want to have an affair. There's just no way anyone would be able to keep that a secret given her celebrity status. But this isn't even the first time the couple have faced cheating allegations. In January of 2018, 2 months after Offset proposed, he was caught in the center of a scandal. Several shocking videos of him surfaced online, showing him in bed with multiple women. Of course, he refused to address the allegations in a Rolling Stone interview. Instead, he just said that this was his real life and said it's not a game. But Cardi, on the other hand, opened up a whole lot more about this incident. She took to Twitter and acknowledged the affair and said, "No, it's not right, but what do you want me to do?" She felt that if she were to break up with him and get into another relationship, then she would just get cheated on all over again. At the time, she said, "This happens to everyone and people handle their relationships differently." That same year, she did another interview with Cosmopolitan where she talked about the possibility of leaving him. She said, "I know I look good, I know I'm rich, I know I'm talented, I know I could get any man I want, any basketball player, football player, but I want to work out my stuff with my man, and I don't have to explain why." She also criticized the media scrutiny surrounding her personal life and said that she's going to take her time to make her own decisions about the situation. So at that point, everyone had been jumping down her throat trying to get her to break up with him. The couple tied the knot in Atlanta on September 20th of 2017. 5 days before their third anniversary in September of 2020, Cardi filed for divorce after new allegations of infidelity. She later called it off and the two of them got back together. She spoke to Vogue in January that year and said, "Everyone has issues. I believe in forgiveness. I prayed on it. Me and my husband, we prayed on it. We had priests come to us and we just came to an understanding like it's really us against the world." She went on to say that Offset has her back for everything and she has his back for everything. So if he were to cheat, he would be betraying the person that has his back the most. She said, "For me, monogamy is the only way." After reconciling the first time, they welcomed their first child together, a daughter named Culture, who is now 4.5. They also share a 21-month-old son, Wave. So it's possible that whatever's happening right now is just another bump in the road. But we really have no idea how these latest allegations are going to play out. What do you guys think about the story? Please let me know in the comments below, and I'll catch you all in the next video.